Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the October 16th, the fantastic Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we'll go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in, 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. Go ahead, send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question, and in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on fantastic Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. A bit of a mixed bag out here. You got most of the indices trading higher. The exceptions being the semis and the transports. Semis are flat. They're down 3 points. And the transports are down about 0.75%. That's 89 points to the downside. Spot volatility trading just slightly below its 50-day exponential moving average. So we'll take a look at that. Well, we just did, but I mean, we'll really take a look at it. Gold's off $2, silver's up 16 pennies, light sweet crude down 13 cents. Dollar-wise, the upside. First Citizens Bank shares up $41, 11%. Zoom 5%, $28. Eargo up $22, 122%. Regeneron Pharmaceuticals 3% or $17. The downside, Booking Holdings off $15. JB Hunt is down 11. That's 8%. Galapagos something or other is off $10 or 7%. So we've got things to look at, but of course I want to look at what you want to look at. Let's begin by taking a look at what's going on in the markets, the equity markets, that is. Now we'll go to a couple of requests that we have out there. So we'll start off by taking a look at the 30-minute charts here, the ES Mini. If you were wondering why did price stop where it did in the advance this morning, well, that was brought to you by that good old TD9 count. So you're looking at a 30-minute time frame chart for the ES Mini. I'll get my crosshair out here, give you the exact time it was. So bar number 9 completed at 10:30. Had a little bit higher high. The following bar, that qualifies as a TD9 count. Now, price here has just simply pulled back to the top of the Asian opening range. So inside those red horizontal bars, that you're looking at on my screen out here, if you can see them, is the Asian opening range. And these opening ranges, they're important to help us understand. They can act as levels of support or resistance. So at this stage here, the ES Mini is above resistance. When price trades above an opening range, tells you directionally speaking that markets want to move higher. So it traded above it, got to the TD9, pulled back and tested that area of support. Now, there is a new profile. It's bearish in structure. So if the markets are going to take off to the upside, you'll see a close above 34.95. If you don't see a close above that, as long as this profile exists, you're just looking at a sideways move. Anything below 34.83 could bring 34.73, a 10-point move to the downside. So right now, I'd say you're in a neutral position, neutral position, because you're consolidating inside of the TAS market profiles, but above the all the opening ranges out there, European, U.S., and Asian. If we take a look at the Dow equity future contract, we'll see the same pattern out here. This formed a TD9 count. You want to understand the nines. It will assist you. I guarantee you it will assist you with your trading. Price makes a top, pulls back to test support. So the first level of support is Stevie's green line. We can see that prices tested that, rejected it. We're in the next half-hour bar. I can't tell you whether this one's going to be rejection or not. Whether it is or it isn't, ultimate support on this right now is the bottom of its bullish structured 30-minute profile. And that's at 28,553. So price closed below 28,553. Price is all above all the opening ranges out there. Your Asian, European, U.S. 28,464 would be the next level of support on the way down. The final level of support would be at 28,356 should price get there. Really kind of neutral at this stage. Topping signal. Price pulls back to support. Has held support. We're trading within that range out there. So you've got a neutral signal inside of the Dow. So you've got neutral signal inside the Dow, neutral signal inside of the ES. And guess which pattern formed the high inside the NQ 30-minute time frame chart? No, it was not the TD9 count pattern. See, I tricked you there. Instead, it was the wave number 7, letter G. Of course, that's a follow-up to Basil Chapman, who was just on there. So now this is not the Chapman wave. It uses the Chapman wave counts out here, but it is not the Chapman wave. But we still look for that 7th wave. That's letter G. So you had the TD9 counts and the ES and the YM, and inside the NQ you had wave number 7. It's not any wonder that price went ahead and pulled back. Now, it pulled back rather quickly. It did that over a 1-hour time frame. In the case of the NQ, it pulled back to test the bottom of the European opening range. Its ultimate support out here would be 11,843. Prices below Stevie's green line out here. So it, too, at this stage has really got a neutral type position. We do have call-ahead seating here at TFNN at the Trader's Edge show. So that means we're going out to our first caller, and that is Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing just great, Steve. Thank you for taking the call. It's always a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you. Same here. And so you want to take a look at U.S. Steel. Tell me what you're doing, to remind me what you're doing, and how I can help you. I will share with you that today, if you're long U.S. Steel, this would be day number 2 above the top of resistance from a daily standpoint. That's at 863. So go ahead. Tell me what you're doing, how I can help you.
I had a couple of things that I had kind of keyed in on. I just wanted to see if you agreed or saw the same thing, and that would be,
sure.
I guess first off, we're kind of early on in the TD counts on the daily and weekly. I think
yes.
I didn't do the actual go really check the numbers. It was like maybe day 3 on the daily. I think the weekly something similar, 2 or 3 bar on that one. And then I think that it went down and did a test once the OUL changed from red to green. I think we had that test, I believe. So if you could look at those things, and then
yes.
Again, just resistance levels would be helpful if you could do that.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, great. Thanks for that. So one of the patterns that Brent had mentioned, we talk about often here, is the TD9 count, and he was talking about the current count, and he is correct. Today would be bar number 3 of that count. But what's really important to take a look at is when you get that TD9 count, you typically see one of 3 things. Of course, somebody might be able to say, you could say this about any bar, but that's really not the case out here. So the 3 things when we get to that TD9 count is you can have just a little bit of a hiccup. That's usually about 1 or 2 bars, and then it just keeps on motoring on out there. The other is a sideways move. It doesn't have to be 2 bars out here, and that's really what transpired here inside of U.S. Steel, and it's been about 2, 4, 5 bars, and today you are above that TD9 count. So that's without really any kind of retracement there. That's a very strong bullish message. Did price get back and test the oscillator and change line exactly? No, but yesterday was pretty close. Brett, we're about to go to a hard break. If you'd be kind enough to hold on through this, we'll come back and we'll answer every single one of your questions about U.S. Steel. Steve Rhodes with Brent in Martinez, California. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back in just a few.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, Taz understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the Taz Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the Taz Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Only one indice in the red right now. The semis went just slightly positive. Transport's down 73. We're on the line with Brent in Martinez, California. We're taking a look at U.S. Steel. And so what we know about U.S. Steel right now, it's trading above resistance for its daily and its weekly time frame. And that's at 863 on the daily and 884 on the weekly. So, Brent, ideally, you'd like to see this close above 884. Volume very light. The last time that price was up in this range was the week of September 14th, 75 million shares there. This week you're at 33. If you look at the swing point, so granted, price is above resistance levels out here. It's not enthusiastically above those, but it is above it, and that is important. Price is trading in that September 18th swing point that did 29 million, 30 million shares. You're at 6.7 for the day. So expect some resistance up at the top of that level, which is around 925. Don't know whether it can take that. Well, it can take it out if it wants, but it's not like it's moving up there with some great volume or anything. But we do like the chart, so I'm not saying anything bad about the chart. We certainly like the fact that price right now is taking out that TD9 count out here. Whether it takes out that September 18th high or not, too tough to say. If it does, though, 1107 would become your price target, and that would be the next TD9 breakdown level, and that actually takes your Brent all the way back to January 14th of 2020. That's where that resistance area is coming in. That was the daily time frame. The weekly time frame out here, we covered being able to clear the top of that weekly profile. So we can see that on a weekly basis that the week of June 12th was the TD9 count top out here, and that went ahead and sent price lower back to the oscillator and change on a weekly basis. So that support level held. So that's going to be your next resistance level on a weekly basis, and that price is up at 10 1396. Now, if price can clear 1096, 1396 becomes your price target. That's the TD9 breakdown level for the weekly time frame. The monthly time frame, look, you're inside a bullish structured monthly profile, so that's good. This shows price being able to get to 1352. So I guess you got to take it in progression, in steps out here. But the daily, weekly, and monthly, everything looks good on it. What other levels or numbers can I provide to you?
Oh, that's fantastic, Steve. You even include all the little nuances as far as volume and other little subtle things to be looking for. So I appreciate that. And I've talked to you about this one before.
Yeah.
I bought it back at the March lows, and I actually sold my shares, but I still have there's some in the money calls out to 2022. So.
Oh, cool.
I'm just planning on kind of, seeing what it can do over time, and happy to hear, it looks like there's some positive things happening. So that's great.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
I would be hard pressed to find the negative. The only negative thing is the mere fact that it's moving higher with volume, but that alone is not some reason to just be aware of it. But it's not everything else that we see in the charts we like. All
right. That's great, Steve. Thank you very much.
You bet.
As always, I really appreciate all your help. Every day, not just right now, but all this great technical analysis you impart to us, and it's been I know very helpful to me, and I think everybody else out there. So
great.
Just have a great weekend, a great day today, and I'm sure I'll talk to you soon.
Sounds great. Thank you. That was Brent in Martinez, California. We had a couple of requests. One was to take a look at this. Was for I apologize. I don't remember who in the den. Maybe Zip. That could have been it. And I think it was to take a look at, was it Vertex Pharmaceuticals? Must have been Vertex Pharmaceuticals. I don't have another reason to have this up on my chart. VRTX, I think that's Vertex Pharmaceuticals. So let's go make sure that that's what we're looking at. VRTX. And when we do this, we'll populate our black background chart. You'll clearly see the profiles. Ooh, so Vertex Pharmaceuticals got the not kicked out of it yesterday. Big gap down, gigantic volume out here. As far as where did it pull back to, it's really pulling back to it. So if you're asking in the den, if the question was where's support on this little puppy out here, you'd have to say it's at 208.33. That is so it's traded all the way back into a monthly bullish structured profile. Now, in the case, and I'll just expand this chart out here. So from a long-term standpoint, long-term change in trend signal, what would need to occur is you'd need to see a close below 208.33 out here. If the question is it a buy right now? Well, probably the answer there is no. We don't have a bottoming pattern, but if you're wondering where support is at, it's at 208.33. And if you see a close below that on a monthly basis, for sure, it's got some trouble out here. Now, when we put up my other white background charts for Vertex, we'll see the price also pulled back to a breakout level, or close to it. Didn't hit it exactly, 209.43. So without seeing any kind of bottoming signal, looks like maybe that's the area where price is headed to. I believe that is above that monthly profile that we looked at out here. On a weekly basis, were there any signals? What was going on? Sure. There was a Rhodes momentum indicator, a signal out here. Price has pulled. So this is interesting here. So if you were long this and you got beat up, I'd still say stay right now, because what price has done this week, it's pulled back to test its breakout support, which is 220. How far back do we have to go inside Vertex Pharmaceuticals? Well, I have to go back pretty far, and I'd have to add a bunch more data out here, so I won't do that. But this takes us back into 2016 time frame out here. So price is pulled back to its breakout area of support, but you don't have anything on a daily basis to suggest that you get in, if you will. On the monthly time frame, we've already covered that with regard to 208.33 out here. What else do I have? I don't really have anything else for you. So I hope that helps you out with regard to Vertex Pharmaceuticals, understanding where the gap down from yesterday, where it pulled back to, and found support at that 220 level. That's one of the benefits of understanding the TD9 patterns out there. So if you don't know those patterns, just subscribe to Mastering Probability. Do it for at least 29 days out there. It doesn't cost you anything. And you'll be able to know exactly how the TD9 system works out there. We also had a request for John in Sarasota to take a look at NVAX. And John's question, I believe, was, is it getting ready to take off? So let's take a look at Novavax out here, see where it's trading into. And as we take a look at the daily time frame out here, we'll see that it's really been just moving sideways. You can see that it's right now trading inside a bearish structured profile, but price has never been able to push its way down below the center of its profile out here. So, John, what you've got is a good old-fashioned consolidation between about the 101 level and let's call it 125. On the weekly, things look good. Price is above resistance, the top of that daily profile. And on the monthly, price looks good as well. But is it getting ready to take off? That was really your question out here. So let's pull out the charts here. Looks like we ended up with the monthly first. So that's cool. So everything happens for us in life. It's only on the monthly because of the last chart that we were looking at out here. So when we take a look at Novavax, John, here's what you want to know. This top with a TD9 count, that was confirmed last month. You can see bar number 8. We also see that Stevie's green-red line, the oscillator and change line, has changed colors. Now, there's a phenomenon that takes place. Why it takes place, I don't know. I'd love to tell you. I just know that it does. Very much like the electricity when I turn on the switch out there. I know that it works. Well, most of the time it works, right? You got to have a light bulb in there. And the question is, do I have a light bulb going on in my head right now? I think the answer is yes. But here, let's see what we're really talking about with regard to the longer term chart, John, because that line turned colors, price and it should catch up to each other. You're seeing a sideways movement out here. That's the message from the monthly time frame chart. The daily time frame chart out here, what do we got? Not much else. So is it getting ready to take off? Weekly, it's below Stevie's green line, the oscillator and change line at 124.05. No, I don't see this getting ready to take off just yet. We'll be right back. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab. Bam!
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Chart allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that we'll even we give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So quickly here, one of our dentists wanted to take a look at Canopy Growth. And Canopy Growth right now, we can see that it's trading below its weekly profile. So it has tested and rejected resistance, 1879. Tested, it's trading with inside its bullish structure daily profile. And the question was, where is a entry point? And 1711 is the bottom of that bullish structure daily profile. So I would say that that would be a area that you would be looking at. As we pull over the daily time frame chart here for Canopy Growth, we're going to see that its oscillator and change line just recently turned colors. So we know that price, typically when that happens, we see price and it catch up to each other. That's at the 1712 area right now. So that is why I had given inside the Tiger's Den, the 1712-ish area would be the entry point at this stage of the game. That is for Canopy Growth. As far as any other patterns that I see out here, there's really none. We can see that. So we can see that on a monthly basis. On a monthly basis, the oscillator and change line changed from green to red. And the question is this week's high, this move up, it's pretty close to it. 2076 is the number. The actual high this month, the high this month is 2013. You know, is that a close enough test or not? I'm not sure. So, but your question was your entry point into this, and I'd be looking at that 1712 area. So I hope that helps you out. Let's go out to Gary in Michigan. Gary, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Hey, great, Steve. How you doing, buddy?
Very good. Thank you for asking. And so there's a couple instruments you would like to take a look at. One is Nordic American Tankers. Is that correct?
Yep, never got it. Kind of got out of it. I just like the fundamentals of longer term, but I moved it up, obviously out on more long term over into next year. Some options. So I'm just curious though what you're seeing now.
Just a sideways consolidation. So it is just stuck in a sideways consolidation. This formed a TD9 count that is still held up. That goes all the way back to September the 4th out there. But right now it's trading with inside a bullish structured profile. So you have support at 339 and resistance at 337. I don't see any, when I say I don't see, let me just take a look at the weekly time frame. There's not really anything else that I've got out here on it. There's nothing that I have on the monthly. So you're in the position, you're just in a good old-fashioned consolidation right now.
Got it. Okay.
I wish I had something more exciting for you, but
yeah.
So basically, we're saying in Nordic American Tankers, you've got to watch the paint dry.
Got it.
Nuskin,
and that's a rough thing to do with that options.
Yes. So Nuskin is another instrument that you want me to take a look at. I think this is something that you've traded for a while. It'll populate on my screen. This thing is moving higher. How can I help you with regard to this one? What are you doing?
So it didn't hit the number you had because it didn't close the 2 days at that number that we talked about. That would then escalate it up to that next breakout point or the next number up, which was quite a bit higher. There was a lot of blue sky above it, but it was around earnings, and it was I get all that. So now my question is, it's pulling back. I'm up still, but my question is, I'm a long-term holder. But what do you see for near-term, mid-term on that one now?
Okay. So NUS, folks, is the ticker symbol. If you're following us at home or on your computer at this stage of the game. So here's what Gary and I and you know. When Nuskin gapped up on August the 2nd, that was a beautiful thing. However, that gap to the upside was with less relative energy out there. And those are the black diagonal lines that get drawn on my screen out here. And that's always a dangerous thing. When I say always, what I mean by that, it's always a dangerous thing if there is a bearish reversal candle that follows, because that is how the market communicates to us. The market goes ahead and generates these patterns, topping and bottoming patterns, and then it has a way of confirming. And the way that it confirms for me is it confirms by letting me know that the cavalry has arrived. And it does that by use of Japanese candlesticks. So after that that nice gap to the upside. You had a bear sash candle the very next day. That cemented that as a top. And then remember now, when it gets a topping signal, we don't know whether sellers have the energy to push through support. So we have to understand the key levels of support. One of those is the green line, the oscillator and change line. It can be red. Right now, price is below that level. So in order for Nuskin to get some real oomph to the upside, you'd like to see a close above 55.47. As long as price stays below that, you know the drill. And the drill is there could be a further retracement. However, in this case here, when I say retracement, we have to take a look at where's the next level of support. Well, that next level of support happens to be the top of the daily profile, 52.05. It was a bearish structured profile that formed below price. That's a bullish message. So you've got the bearish message out here, Gary, the bullish message from the profiles. And so this is really more of a neutral signal out here. So I don't see anything bad. Nothing has fallen apart at this stage of the game. And this is just, I know you don't want to hear this, seems to be in a sideways consolidation when we take a look at the daily time frame chart. If you're asking me, do I see a reason for you to exit this position or so forth, on the daily time frame chart, the answer is no. But recognize it still has that top that is in place out here with only the first level of support failing. So any question, before I move to the weekly, any questions about that?
No, that's great. Great stuff.
Okay, so on the weekly time frame now, the weekly time frame says, okay, maybe you should get ready for a bit of a pullback here, and we'll take a look at those levels. Why? Because 2 weeks ago was the 9 count, the TD 9 count, and that has worked. That is in effect. And so price likely pulling back to support, and that would be at about 51.32, and that is the green line. Here, too, price is above the profiles. So there's nothing bearish about this pattern, about the weekly chart right now, with the exception it gave you a topping signal. And when I say nothing bearish, because there's been no levels of support that have been broken. And so we don't know if this is just a normal, natural pullback to support or something worse. But right now it hasn't even done that. So again, on the weekly chart, there's nothing here other than kind of like caution, like continue to watch the chart like you normally do. Any questions on the weekly chart?
No, that's great too.
Okay. And on the monthly time frame, you're in month or bar number 6 of a TD9 count. That says you've got at least another 3 to 4 months. Well, 2 to 4 months before that could identify a top. The monthly chart for Nuskin says that this wants to target 82, 85. Over what time frame? That I don't know. But there's nothing bearish on the monthly time frame out here, and this suggests that it wants to move higher. So I would summarize it like this. The weekly chart for Nuskin says, hey, I've got a top. I probably should pull back a bit out here, and that bit is about 51.32. And the daily time frame says, hey, if you pull back to 51.32, I'm fine with that. That gets me into the center line of my bearish structured daily profile. And on kind of like a retracement moves, that's where I would really expect it to see support if it did pull back that far. Does that help?
It helps. It helps. So just keep watching it and see. And then I love that long-term objective. So thank you.
I'm sure. Well, don't thank me. Thank the buyers and sellers of the stock if they get it up there. Okay, and thank the the TAS market profiles and the oscillator and change line. They'll help us out. And the team.
And you the man.
Just thank
everybody. So don't worry about that. Okay.
Right. All righty. Hey Gary, have a nice weekend. Thanks for the call and good to speak to you.
You all. Bye bye.
Okay. Alrighty. So we've got about 2 seconds before we go to a breakout here, folks. You've got the Dow up 239, S&P up 19. You've got the Dow equity future contract and the Russell 2000, both of those really trading in a real resistance zone out here. And they both have bearish structured profiles out there. That's not what we have in the ES or the NQ. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Satish in the Tiger's Den wants to take a look at ticker symbol ELAN. That is Elanco Animal Health out here. We can see and take a look at the charts that this has perhaps completed an A to B equals CD to the upside. Didn't get all the way up to that price projection, which was 34.48. It got up to a high in the trading day of October the 12th. It got up to 34.09. So 34.09 versus 34.48, Satish. That's kind of close enough for me. And you can see that you had this little bear sash candle to confirm that A to B equals CD. And at the same time that was happening, that was on October 13th, that was forming a bearish structured profile. Now, prices below the center of that bearish structured profile. What sellers should have the energy to do is push price back to support. And support would be the bottom of that profile, and that would be at $30.43 out there. So it looks like that's what's underway. Doesn't mean you would sell it if you're long or what have you. If you did get a close below 30.43, that could be an indication of a change in trend that is underway. The weekly chart has made it back to its prior highs out here. The prior highs from January in 2020. I got slightly above it and is closed back below. Let's pull over my other charts, see what we can see out here. So back to the daily time frame. Okay, this is beautiful. Let me make sure this has got all the data in it. Does it? Yep, it does. Okay, so if we take a look at yesterday and today, so how are you going to know if price is going to pull back and get to 30.43? Satish, that's pretty easy. You're going to use Stevie's green line. See how price yesterday pulled back, but by the end of the trading session, closed back above that level. That was testing support, which is held. See how this morning price pulled back, tested it, and rejected it? Again, testing support. So that's at about 31.75 is the number. So if there's a close below Stevie's green line, that communicates to you and I there's going to be a further retracement. Well, that retracement, that's pretty easy for you and I to figure out. That's 30.43. Now, here's the deal. Here's the playbook. If price is able to bust 30.43, close below it, close below for 2 sessions, 2605 is where it would head back to. That would be the breakout point. So when we take a look at the daily time frame chart for Elon, we had the A to B equals CD to the upside pattern. I can't draw it on this, but I drew it on the other one. You've got the confirmation price right now testing a key level of support. If it closes below that 31, whatever that number was that I gave you, 75, I think it was, then you would expect an anticipated move to 30.43. If we take a look at the weekly time frame, we can see price ran right into resistance at 33.92. That was a TD9 breakdown level. That was from the week of August the 9th, so it makes sense that price found resistance where it did. And maybe the reason why it didn't get all the way up to complete that A to B equals CD. This is too new of an issue for us to worry about the monthly time frame. Just simply not enough data for that. So I hope that helps you out. And thanks so much for writing in. I think I've gotten everything inside the Tiger's Den. If not, if somebody would just type in what you'd like me to pull up, I'll be happy to do that. In the meantime, Jared L. writes in and wants to take a look at OESX. OESX is Orion Energy Systems out here. And as we take a look at it, we can see that price is back inside its bear structure daily profile. If it's just a retracement into support, 790, that would be what we would expect because it's bearish structured profile. So we got to go see if there was a topping pattern that formed out here on October the 8th. Prices above? No. Prices below the weekly profile out here, the top of the weekly profile. Yes, last week it closed above it. This week, if there's a close below E12, that says, okay, maybe false breakout type reading. But let's go look at my other charts. We can go find those topping patterns, see if there's any out here. And on the daily time frame, there you go. You've got the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, shooting star panel, price below Stevie's green line. Very similar to maybe what instrument we just took a look at out here. This suggests that OESX should pull back to 730 to the devil 666. 666 is the breakout area, the TD9 breakout area. That was from September 11th. So daily says, I want lower price. Weekly price says, hey, you know what? I'm just confirming a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. We've got a dark cloud cover candle this week. Let's assume that that's the way that it plays out. Price should pull back and test Stevie's green line at 722. Monthly time frame chart doesn't look too bad, although price moving higher, doing less relative energy. So it's that daily and weekly chart that suggests that, Jared, that price, you asked where is support. So you've got those levels on the daily. Again, we'll call it 730 and 666. So thanks for writing in. Hope that helps you out. Real quickly, let me see if anybody else wrote in. There we go. Hector and the fuel injectors. Happy Friday to you, Hector and Patty. And Hector wants to take a look at NBEV. And let's face it, it's Friday. Who doesn't want a beverage out there? I bet you Trump wishes he did drink after that interview, or was it interview, whatever that was, that sideshow last night with, what's her name? Golly geez. Oh, Savannah Guthrie. I think I was ready for a drink after that. But it was too late. It had to be agua. Now, we're going to take a look at NBEV. And your question is, any signs to make a run topside out here? So on the daily time frame, everything looks pretty good. Everything looks really good. And what does that mean? Well, if you take a look at this formed a TD9 count on October the 9th out here, and you closed above that yesterday, this really hardly had a hiccup. So there's strong momentum inside of NBEV out here on the daily time frame. So it is taking off. Let's go take a look at the weekly time frame out here. Let's populate it, see where it might run into resistance. So the resistance level on this, NBEV, Hector, that has had a real difficult time getting through is $2.65. And 265 is the TD9 breakdown resistance level. That is the session that occurred on the session from November the 15th. That's your high there. So if this can close above, so it's going to make a run for 265, or should, you're 242. And if price can close above it on a weekly basis, so you're probably looking at next week out there, then you'd be looking to move up to 359. The daily chart looks good, so it should make its way up to that 265 level. The monthly time frame chart, of course, the month is not over, but you do like the fact that price right now is trading above Stevie's red line. But it's too early in the month to call that. So NBEV, your question was any signs to make a run topside? Well, it's going to make a run, and that topside number is 265, and you're at 242 right now. That's probably not the topside you were looking at, but above 265, then you've got 359. So, Hector, thanks so much for writing in. I hope that helps you out with regard to NBEV. What else can we do out here? I saw one of our Dan from Boston was trading copper. Let's go take a look at copper here while we have about a minute. And I believe copper, we're going to take a look at the daily time frame. The doctor, you can see the descending trend lines that are out here. With regard to copper, it's still the December contract. That's going to be the panel on the very left-hand side. You can see how price has moved into a descending trend line and a bearish structured profile. Now, price is not below the center of that profile, and until it gets below that, it's really just kind of consolidating or chopping sideways out here. If I take a look at the 30-minute time frame to see if there's any patterns out here for it, real quickly, let's see, what do we have? So we're just looking at a 30-minute time frame. We know we're up at resistance out here. You can see, on a 30-minute, there's lower lows, lower highs out here. It looks like Dr. Copper headed to about $3.04 on a 30-minute basis. That is where it last broke out. So nothing changed there. Inside the NDX 100, some of these stocks out here, if we take a look at Apple generated a Gartley sell pattern. Did a few days ago with the dark cloud cover, but here, Apple only pulled back to test and reject Stevie's green line. So it's really kind of neutral. It's stuck between support, Stevie's green line, and that Gartley sell pattern out here. We got a lot of neutral signals as we speak out here, whether it is Apple, whether it's Microsoft, whether it's Amazon, all three doing the same thing. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based, vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So let's finish out the day out here. Look, we've been through all the questions. Thanks for all of that. Thanks for the calls as well. And I had mentioned at the beginning of the show, it looked like the spot volatilics were trading just below its 50-day exponential moving average. That's a true statement as of 154. The 50-day is printing at 2670. The spot VIX is trading at 26.27. If price can remain below 26.70 all day, the spot volatilics, for the rest of the session out here, then the ES Mini should continue to move higher. Over on the right-hand panel, so that was the lower left-hand panel, lower right-hand panel, you'll see the bullish structured profile of the ES Mini. And this would suggest that price would want to target the 35.41 level. Yesterday, price had the opportunity to bust out support. If you can't bust them down, price will try to bust them up. Doesn't have to be the next trading session. Now, if you're going to see a continued rally going into today's closeout here, what you first need to see on a 30-minute basis for the ES Mini to close above resistance. It has a bearish structured profile right now, and that's priced at 34.95. So if in the next 5 minutes the ES Mini can close above that level, voila, you're back off to the high of the day, where it generated that TD9 count. And if price can take out the high of the day, then yes, at that stage here, the message is price will likely move higher into the close. But we don't have that. You've got right now, you've got spot volatilics that's participating. Now you need buyers to participate inside the ES Mini. And right now on a 30-minute basis where we've got that valid top, so it's got great signals out here. It formed that nice bottom yesterday that has led us to where the market had topped with the TD9 count pattern earlier this morning out here. If pricing closed above 34.95, then likely it heads up to the high of the day, and above that, you're off. And until it does that, we just have this, hey, you can just simply watch this sideways, choppy market out there. I wish I had more for you, but at least you have that. You know what the numbers are. It's Fantastic Friday. So stay tuned for 2 more great hours. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for the questions this week. And have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe out there. And we'll see you on a magical Monday. Take care, folks.